What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. Call of Duty's growing fascination with marijuana-themed content is really starting to get weird. Now, it started off innocent enough in the beginning. The first bit of marijuana content we received were like calling cards and emblems and maybe even like a weed leaf weapon charm. Nothing major, nothing over the top. And then, of course, it progressed. It evolved into weapon skins and operator skins and finishing moves. But for the most part, the content was pretty sparse. We weren't getting a ton of it, and it wasn't like we were getting beaten over the head with marijuana content. So it was all kind of celebrated when it would come into the game. But that, of course, has all changed. With every passing season of Black Ops 6, it feels like more and more marijuana-themed content is coming into the game. More operator skins, more weapon blueprints, more finishing moves, little bits of everything marijuana themed here and there. We're even getting a marijuana themed event with Nuketown getting a complete marijuana makeover. Now, of course, it's past 420, so I don't really know why Call of Duty waited to do this, but nonetheless, they're a little late to the party, and we're going to be getting this event shortly. But it just, I don't know, doesn't sit right with me. It feels weird. Their growing fascination with it is like the kid that wore marijuana leaf pajama pants to school. It's like this is the identity they're going with. This is the only piece of personality they have. And it kind of just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit well with me. I don't really care if you smoke weed. I don't care if you like this content. That's totally fine. But at some point, it really feels like Call of Duty needs to figure out what it wants to be, because it's definitely in an identity crisis right now. Because I don't know if you noticed, with Season 3, we got a bunch of milsim content that a lot of people were like, oh yeah, we love this. And then now they're shifting focus away from milsim to now marijuana. And they really want to pound this marijuana drum. And I wonder, at what point is there just too much marijuana content that making more of it is just not going to have the same effect as what it had in the past? Like in past games, like I said, a lot of the content was sparse. So because you didn't have a lot of it, people bought them. But now that it feels like every single season there's more and more weed content, people are less inclined to buy it. Because they already have some weed content. They have the Stoner Lizard. They have Jay and Silent Bob. Why do they need to buy more and more and more? It's just starting to get over the top. It's getting oversaturated. And it really begs the question, why does Call of Duty lean so heavily in these weird identities? Like, I get it. Weed's popular. Not trying to disparage that. I get that. But it all feels like they are trying to be a part of a community that they're desperately not a part of. And it's just starting to really make it all feel really odd. I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't sit right with me, but I know I'm not the only one, as I'm seeing more and more people bring it up on social media, whether it's Reddit or Twitter. People are talking about it because it just has this weird aura around it. It's hard to explain, but I'm very curious what your thoughts are down below in that comment section. Because I think there is a large amount of players within this community that look at a lot of the weed content and just say, yeah, that's not for me. Whereas if you focused on content that was outside of the niche, you might be able to attract more buyers. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking here, but it's like this weird obsession that's growing within the developers, that they're like, ha ha ha, we're just going to appeal to stoners now. And it's like, yeah, but you should try to appeal to other people as well. Like, just trying to focus on a single niche here and there every single season isn't going to be the best strategy moving forward. Having content that appeals to more people on a broader scale should be the end goal. But that doesn't seem to be what Call of Duty is going with. Now, of course, we have this weed event that's coming up, and I've already said I can tell you exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a bunch of us running around picking up weed leaves for the event. That's exactly what it's going to be. And all of the different rewards are going to just be like little weed themed stuff, and it's going to be funny and niche, and it's going to be kind of pointless. Like, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, you could have done a better event than that, but it's Call of Duty. They're trying to appeal to this one group of people and say, you are our target audience and we want you to like our game. So look, we have all this weed stuff. Do you like our game yet? I don't know. Does stoners overwhelmingly like Call of Duty, or they just overwhelmingly enjoy things that are chill? Judging by my friends who are stoners, they like things that are chill. I don't know if Call of Duty is chill. I'm just going to say that. Like, a lot of my stoner friends don't play Call of Duty. They play other games because Call of Duty is a little too stressful. It's a little too over the top because of all the different elements that Call of Duty has to manipulate you. But I don't want to go into that today. No. Instead, I want to hammer down on the drugs that are in Call of Duty. I know that this commentary has come across as old man yelling at cloud, right? Like, how big of a deal is it really that they have a bunch of drug-themed content in the game? It really isn't a big deal, but it also just feels like they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to be. They're sending mixed signals, and this is how Call of Duty's just felt for so long. And attaching yourself to marijuana is just the latest craze. They'll find something new that's profitable in the next year's game, and they'll find something new that's profitable in the next game after that. And what they don't realize is these fleeting fads that they want to connect themselves to are just that, fleeting. What you should be focusing on, what your goals should be, is finding things that are actually going to connect with players for the long haul. Long-term connection matters. But everything Call of Duty does is so short-term focused that that's all they think about. They think about the next week, the next day, and that's it. That's why all of their events are so short-termed. That's why all of their events are really quick to earn all the rewards, because they want you for the short term. They hope that it'll become long-term addiction, but realistically, it's just short-term achievement and then rinse and repeat the process over and over and over again, to the point now where a lot of people are just getting exhausted with the overall process that Call of Duty is now. Call of Duty is just an exhausting experience. And that's something I'll dive into further in another video, but that's exactly how I feel right now when it comes to Black Ops 6. It's an exhausting game. And I could talk about this for literal hours about what Call of Duty has done to transition itself from being just a very chill game to what it is now, which is why I think it appealed to stoners a little bit more before than what it does now. But nonetheless, that's really all I have for this video. I am curious to know your thoughts on it, because I know that the marijuana-themed content is popular. So are you done with it like I am? Do you think it's a little weird like I do? Or do you think it's fantastic and you want more? I want to hear from all of you down below in the comment section. Please let me know how you feel. And I thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.